Hi, Impact Kids. My name is Julie, and I am so excited to talk to you about making healthy friendships simple. Let's get started by making sure we're on the same page with things. So, when we talk about bullying at school, schools are going to tell you that bullying has certain rules it needs to fit. Let's go ahead and talk about that part first. Let's talk the difference between rude, mean, and bully. First, if someone's being rude, they might say a comment that it wasn't nice. Like they didn't think before they said it. They didn't think about how you would feel when they said it. So, for example, a rude comment might be, "Are you seriously going to eat that hard boiled egg for lunch? It really stinks." That's rude. No need to say that. All right, another rude comment. "Do you really draw that? What is it?" Rude. Now we're going to talk about mean. Mean is a little bit harder than that. Maybe it's calling people a name, or maybe it's insulting you, or maybe it's telling you you can't play. It's just something that's a step above rude. Rude, I like to think maybe it was by accident. They didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but they did. And with mean, maybe they did want to hurt your feelings. That's mean. It's sort of a step above rude. And now bullying, they have to put a definition so that they can communicate it clearly to parents and kids what it is. So bullying is like being mean over and over and over. There also has to be a difference in status or like who you are, how you are. So maybe a difference would be if the person who's being mean speaks the language of the school. Like if it's an English speaking school, they speak English as their mother tongue, and the other person, maybe they speak a different language and they're learning English. That's a difference. Another difference could be this person has more friends than this person. Maybe this person is older than this person. When there's that difference and this person is being mean repeatedly to make this person feel bad about themselves, that is bullying. So in our work together, we're not even going to talk about bullying. Do you know what? I have never met a parent come in and say, "My child is bullying other kids. My kid is a bully." I've never had a kid come in and be like, "Miss Julie, can you help me? I'm a bully." Actually, they usually feel justified or like their actions have a reason for being. And that makes it tricky. It makes it really tricky. And if you say like, "Oh, these are bullying behaviors," or your child has been acting like a bully, they quickly go to defend instead of taking responsibility. "Oh, you're right. I feel really bad. I want to help make this better." The common response is to say, "Well, they did that because da, 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 da." So it's to defend themselves instead of doing better, right? And the work we're doing, remember our essential agreements? It is, we did the best we could, but now we're learning better so that we can do better. And if we can't admit to having made mistakes, we don't get better, right? In this work together, we're also going to change the names of the people who are involved in these conflicts. So the person who we used to call the bully or the mean kid or the one who's being rude, whatever it is, we're going to call them the aggressor. The person who they're speaking to or who they are trying to hurt, that's their target. The people around are bystanders, and they have the most influence in the situation, more than teachers, more than parents. If you're a bystander, you have the most potential to help the target and the aggressor. And I'll tell you how later. Now, I want you to remember another thing. The target, the aggressor, the bystanders, those aren't like labels tattooed on the top of your head that don't change. They can change. One day I might be targeted, but another day I'm feeling aggressive, and I might target someone else if I don't handle my own feelings appropriately. One day I might be a bystander and see someone else being aggressive to a different target. I then would want to be an upstander. That's when I'm standing up for the target. And when you stand up for a target, the aggressor may not feel like you're helping them in the moment, but you actually are. All that to come. I just want to make sure we are playing with the same names. Target, aggressor, bystander, who hopefully becomes an upstander. I'm going to share some aggressive behaviors with you. Some of them might be surprising because they're behaviors that happen so often that they almost seem normal. The one that shocks all my students is yelling. If I yell at someone, I am behaving aggressively. I need to have control of my voice in order to express myself in a non aggressive way. Ooh, a couple with the eyes. So, rolling your eyes is actually an aggressive behavior. And the evil eye, where someone looks at you like "Urgh," they were so mad at you and they just want to get you. These are aggressive facial expressions. Cliques are groups of friends that are so tight that no one else can get in. This is a clique of 5 friends, and they are the 5 friends who do everything together, and no one else can join because it's just for the 5 of them. They sit together at the lunch table, they sit together on the bus, they walk to and from class together, they stand together in PE or out on the playground. The 5 of them are always together. And the thing that makes them a clique is that no one else is allowed to join them or welcome to join them. This is an aggressive behavior. Telling secrets, whether you are doing it like they are in this picture where they're leaving someone out by whispering in front of them, well, that's actually an aggressive behavior and it's quite rude. And it can even be really mean when you're telling a secret or something private about another person. Telling mean jokes or jokes that would hurt someone's feelings or insult them, those are mean jokes and that's an aggressive behavior. So remember, jokes are only funny when everyone is laughing or when everyone can laugh because they're not being offended or insulted. Gossip. Gossip is when people talk behind another person's back. If what they're saying is true or not true, either way, it's gossiping. It's not respecting someone else's privacy, and they're not in the room to defend themselves. Stonewalling is completely cutting someone off for connection. The person who's doing the stonewalling doesn't look at the other person, pretends not to hear them, pretends they don't even exist. Name calling is giving someone a nickname or using words that are hurtful and using them as a name for that person. Excluding is when you leave someone out on purpose. They are not welcome into the group and they are unwanted. Sabotage is when a person does something to intentionally make another person mess up. So this could do something to destroy their work or to destroy plans or a project that they have. Being bossy is telling other people what to do in a rude way. It does not include other people's opinions or respect what they like or dislike. It is saying that this person needs to have their way and everyone needs to follow. Triangulation is when one person tries to create drama or problems between 2 other people in order to separate them. Body shaming is making fun of how someone looks, their size, their height, or their features. Backhanded compliments are when someone says something that sounds nice but is actually a little mean. Something like, "Wow, I've never seen your room look so clean before," or "That's a really good grade for you." Teasing someone for an ability is to tease them for something that they are able to do. Teasing for a disability is teasing someone for what they aren't able to do and maybe they need a little extra help in order to do it. Taking advantage of someone is tricking someone into doing things for you or using them to get what you want. A fake friend is someone who is pretending to be nice to someone, but only so that they can use them or trick them later. Condescending or belittling is talking down to someone like they aren't smart or they're not good enough or that they aren't as good as the other or like that person doesn't matter. Did any of those behaviors that are considered aggressive behaviors, did they surprise you? Are any of those ones that you may have done before? I know some of them I've done before. So I really appreciated when I was learning about this. I appreciated that I learned that that's actually not okay and that I need to learn to express myself in another way. We'll talk about responding to our own big feelings in a later video. But today, I just wanted to say great job learning some of these normalized aggressive behaviors so that we can wipe them out of our behavioral repertoire. What does that mean? It means we're not going to do those anymore. All right, I'll see you in the next video where we're going to learn a few others, which probably won't be as surprising, but it's still important that we know them. Okay, see you in the next video.